dear students. Okay, this is your Maya ma'am. So I have been continued with the chapter the morphology of the flowering plant. In the last video, I have talked regarding the flower. Okay, last video nalle ನಾವು ಹೂವಿನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಚರ್ಚೆಯನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಅದರ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ನಾನು. ಸೊ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಟರ್ಮಿನಾಲಜಿನ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಈ ವಿಡಿಯೋನಲ್ಲಿ we will continue with that of the same topic. ಆ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ನೇ ನಾವು ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಕಲಿಯೋಣ. Okay, so the flower, coming to the types of the flower is classified based on the number of the floral appendages. Flowers are being classified into many types. Here I have shown only 3 types of it. So here you can see these flowers are being classified based on their appendages. Appendages andre floral appendages illi bardidini nodri, floral appendages. So floral appendages andre ಏನು, ಈ ಸೆಪಲ್ ಪೆಟಲ್ ಎರಡೂನು ಕೂಡಿ ನಾವೇನಂತೀವಿ ಫ್ಲೋರಲ್ ಅಪೆಂಡೇಜಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಫ್ಲೋರಲ್ ಅಪೆಂಡೇಜಸ್ ಅಂದಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಯಾಕೇಜ್ ಅದು. ಸೊ ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಲ್ಗಳಿದಾವೆ? How many whorls are there in a flower? Have taught you. There are 4 whorls. Which are the 4 whorls? Can you tell me which are the 4 whorls? That is here. One is the one is calyx. The second one is, what is the second one? Corolla. The third one is androecium, and the fourth one is gynoecium. So they are nearly how many? 4 whorls in a flower. ಸೊ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ 4 ಸುತ್ತು ಇರ್ತಾವ. ಒಂದು ಕೇಲಿಕ್ಸ್, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕರೋಲಾ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಆಂಡ್ರೀಶಿಯಮ್, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಗೆ ಗೈನೇಶಿಯಮ್. ಈ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ನಾವೇನಂತೀವಿ ಫ್ಲೋರಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅಥವಾ ಫ್ಲೋರಲ್ ಅಪೆಂಡೇಜಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಅಪೆಂಡೇಜಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ಅ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ನಂಬರ್. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಹೂವನಲ್ಲಿ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗೋ ಕಾರಣ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವೇನಂತೀವಿ ಅಪೆಂಡೇಜಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 3 ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗಳನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಒಂದ್ ಟ್ರೈಮೇರಸ್. ಟ್ರೈ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 3. ಸೊ ಟ್ರೈಮೇರಸ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ the floral appendages or the floral parts are in the multiples of 3. That means all the parts will be 3, 3, 3, 3. All the whorls. The calyx will be 3, corolla will be 3, androecium will be 3, gynoecium also will be 3. ತಿಳಿತಾ? So trimerous flower means ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಉದಾಹರಣೆ ಇದೆ. Tulipa, the Tubrica calcinea. So here you can see it is a trimerous flower where you can see here the androecium is 3, even the gynoecium, the carpels will be 3. Tricarpellary it exists. So here, and the calyx also it will exist in the form of a 3. So such arrangement of the floral appendages we call it as trimerous flowers. Okay, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ? ಟ್ರೈ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು? 3 ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸಿದೀನಿ. 1, 2, 3. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿನಲ್ಲೇ ಆಂಡ್ರೀಶಿಯಮ್ 1, 2, 3. ಸೊ ಹಿಂಗೆ 3 ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದೊಂದು ಸುತ್ತಲೂ 3 ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗೋ ಕಾರಣ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟ್ರೈಮೇರಸ್ ಫ್ಲವರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟೆಟ್ರಾಮೇರಸ್ ಫ್ಲವರ್ಸ್. ಟೆಟ್ರಾ ಅಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಟೆಟ್ರಾ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ 4. So all the floral appendages are of multiple of 4, means all the whorls will be having 4 in number they exist. Okay, here Corea alba it is there. Tribulus, even Tribulus we can give example for tetramerous flower where you can see here, see the sepal will be 4, petal will be also 4, androecium is 4, and gynoecium carpel also will be 4. ಎಲ್ಲ 4 ಇರ್ತವ. ಆದ ಕಾರಣ ಇದನ್ನ ಟೆಟ್ರಾಮೇರಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ is pentamerous. Here floral appendages are the multiples of 5. So here they are multiples of 5 means ಇದೇ ತರಾನೇ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 5 ದಳಗಳಿರ್ತವ ಮತ್ತ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಸುತ್ತಲೂ 5 ಇರ್ತವ. calyx 5, corolla 5, androecium 5. But androecium will be multiple form, whereas gynoecium it will be pentacarpellary. Okay, this will exist in a pentacarpellary. Tetramerous flower alli tetracarpellary irutte. Trimerous flower galali ಟ್ರೈಕಾರ್ಪುಲರಿ ಇರ್ತವ. ಸೊ ಈ ತರ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತವ. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ ಏನಂತೀವಿ ನಾವು ಪೆಂಟಾಮೀರಸ್ ಫ್ಲವರ್ ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಐಬಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಫ್ಲವರ್ ನ ಉದಾಹರಣೆಯಾಗಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಿಯರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಫ್ಲವರ್ ವಿತ್ ದಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ 5 petal, 5 sepal. This okay, so here you can see 5 petals, pink color you can see, then sepal also will exist in 5. So these are the types of flower based on the number of the floral appendages. ಅದರ ಮೇಲೆ ಇದನ್ನ ವಿಂಗಡಣೆ ಮಾಡಲಾಗಿದೆ. Okay, the next. So the next is types of flower based on the position of calyx, corolla, androecium. In respect of the ovary on the thalamus, there are the flowers are of 3 types. Andre, the flower is classified into 3 types. ಹೂವ 3 ತರ ವಿಂಗಡಣೆ ಮಾಡಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಏಂದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಅದನ್ನ ವಿಂಗಡಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಓವರಿ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದ, ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಲ್ವಾ, ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಓವರಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಅದರ್ ಫ್ಲೋರಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಅದರ್ ಫ್ಲೋರಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದು? ಕೇಲಿಕ್ಸ್, ಕರೋಲಾ, ಆಂಡ್ರಿಶಿಯಮ್. ಮೇನ್ ಆಗಿ ಏನ್ ಗುರಿಟ್ಟು ಈ ವಿಂಗಡಣೆನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಓವರಿ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ತಲಾಮಸ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇದೆಯೋ, ತಲಾಮಸ್ ಮೇಲಿದೆಯೋ, ತಲಾಮಸ್ ಅಡ್ಡ ಇದೆಯೋ, ಈ ಮೂರನ್ನ ಪ್ರಶ್ನಿಸಿ ಈ ವಿಂಗಡಣೆಯನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಓವರಿ ಆನ್ ದ ಥಲಾಮಸ್ in respect to, see this sentences is important. So what it is? In respect to the, see, respect of the ovary on the thalamus. So thalamus ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದು? ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ನಿನ್ನೆ ವಿಡಿಯೋನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಒಂದೊಂದು ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ 4 ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ನ ಕಲಿಸಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಆ 4 ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ನ ಕಲ್ತ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರನೇ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇಡೀ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ, once again I am telling, based on the position of the ovary on the thalamus, okay, the flower is classified into 3 types. Which are those? The first one is hypogynous, second one is perigynous, and the third is epigynous. Okay, so ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಬುಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ hypogynous, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ is epigynous, and third is perigynous. ಈ ತರಾನು ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. So coming to the hypogynous. Hypogynous ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ? See, this is what? This is thalamus. ಹೌದಾ? This is thalamus. Okay. What is this? This is a thalamus. Okay. Thalamus, ಇದು thalamus. ಮತ್ತು ಇದು thalamus. ಇದು ಕೂಡ thalamus. Okay. So the position of ovary. See, whatever ನೀವು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ovary. ಇದೇನಿದೆ? ಇದೆ ovary. So ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತಿದೆ? It is, where it is? It is above the thalamus. What is hypogynous? 1 mark question ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. What is hypogynous? ಅಥವಾ definition for hypogynous ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಬರಿತೀವಿ ನಾವು? The ovary is present above the thalamus. We call it as hypo. Hypo ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮೇಲೆ, gynous ಅಂದ್ರೆ gynecium. Okay, so hypogynous means the ovary is above the thalamus, so it is known as hypogynous flower. Okay, next is example you can give is hibiscus. Next is perigynous. Here also the next slides are there with the diagram. First you understand, next we'll go to see the examples for hypo, peri and epigynous. Now coming to the perigynous, here you can see the ovary is placed nor above the thalamus or nor very below the thalamus. It is exactly usually in the middle. So here you can see it is in the middle of the thalamus. Okay, such we call it as perigynous. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಓವರಿ ಅತ್ತ ಮೇಲೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇತ್ತ ಫುಲ್ಲು ಒಳಗನು ಕೂತಿಲ್ಲ, ಅಡ್ಡ ಕೂತಿರ್ತದ ಅಂತವನ್ನ ನಾವೇನಂತೀವಿ? perigynous flower ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. Okay, so the ovary is found in between the thalamus. So such flowers we call ovary is called as perigynous. Then coming to the third one, epi. Epigynous means the ovary is found inside the cup of thalamus. See, this is what? Once again I will repeat. So what is this? The ovary is found inside the cup of the thalamus. We call it as epigynous. Perigynous ಗೆ ಉದಾಹರಣೆ ರೋಸ್ ಕೊಡಬಹುದು. Rose is the best example. Epigynous ಗೆ ನೀವು ಮೊನೊಕಾಟ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಗಳು ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು. ಬನಾನಾ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು, ಕೋಕೋನಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೂಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು ಬಹಳ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಓವರಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಥಲಾಮಸ್ ಮೇಲಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಥವಾ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. It will be in the cup of thalamus. See, what is the word I am using? Hypo, ovary is found above the thalamus. Peri, ovary is found in between the thalamus. Epi, ovary is found in cup of the thalamus. Are you following? So it's very easy to remember the definition once if you follow me. Okay, hypo means above, peri means in between, epi means found inside the cup of the thalamus. Okay, clear children? Okay, fine. Okay, see, yeah, I told you now. So this is with the example. I have made a slide over here. So here you can see hypogynous. So hypogynous means gynoecium, that is female. So a gynoecium occupies the highest position while other parts are situated below it. So ovary is said to be superior or ಅಥವಾ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ವರ್ಡ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ superior ovary ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. So here example is mustard, China rose ಅಂದ್ರೆ hibiscus, then brinjal are the examples. So ಈ definition ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಹೇಳೋದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಬರಿಬಹುದು ಒಂದೇ sentence. Okay, repeatedly I am telling you what is hypogynous means. Ovary is found above the thalamus. ಅದನ್ನು ಬರಿಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ ಈ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ನು ನೀವು ಬರಿಬಹುದು. So ovary is above the thalamus. Rest of the floral parts arise below the thalamus. So this is called as hypogynous. Example is here in this diagram also it is neatly shown. So example is hibiscus here. So this is a hibiscus flower. Can you see hibiscus flower? And this is ovary. And here is a, see, this is the ovary part. Okay, so this is calyx and this is corolla. All are arising below it. So hence this is, so ovary is said to be superior ovary. Okay, or it is called as hypogynous flower. Okay, the next one, the next is perigynous. In perigynous you can see the gynoecium is situated in the center and other parts of the flower are located on the rim of the thalamus almost at the same level. So it is found almost at the same level. So the ovary is half inferior. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ, ಓವರಿ ಅತ್ತಾಗ ಮೇಲೂ ಇರಲ್ಲ ಇತ್ತ ಕೆಳಗೂ ಇರಲ್ಲ. It will be found in between. Means the ovary is not above the thalamus nor below the thalamus. It is found in between the thalamus. Usually you can see this is the position. So it is called, see, this is the position here. So this is below the thalamus, this part, and this is above the thalamus. So where do you find? See, ನನಗೆ ಗೆರೆಯಾಗಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೀನಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. ಇದು ಒಂದು ವೇಳೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಿದ್ರೆ ಓವರಿ ಅದು ಎಪಿಗೈನಸ್. ಒಂದು ವೇಳೆ ಓವರಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಹೈಪೋಗೈನಸ್. ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿದೆ? ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಕಾರಣ ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? perigynous. So perigynous you can give rose as an example or peach or plum. Okay, so try to write all the slides in your fair notebook. That is the notes I am telling again and again. Notes won't be given. This is only the notes which I am explaining for you very neatly as per the NCERT syllabus. Is it clear? Okay, write it very neatly in your fair book. Fair notebook ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇವನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಬರಿಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನೀವು. Next, epigynous. So epi ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಏನ್ ಹೇಳಿದೆ? ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಇರುವಂತದ್ದು. Here you can see The margin of the thalamus grows upward enclosing the ovary. Enclosing ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೋಡಿ ಈ ತರ ಅದು ಬೆಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತದೆ, ಈ ತರ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಹಿಂದೆ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಹತ್ತು ಬಂದು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮಗುಚ್ಕೊಳ್ತದೆ ಓವರಿನ. ಹಂಗಾಗಿ ಇದ್ದವನ್ನ ನಾವೇನಂತೀವಿ, ಸೊ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಮಗುಚ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಓವರಿ ಕೊಂಡಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಓವರಿ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಸ್ಯಾಟ್ ಓವರ್ ಹಿಯರ್. So this type of position of the ovary below the thalamus or found inside the cup of the thalamus, we call it as what? Epigynous. So here example they have given a sunflower also. You can give banana flower also, or you can give even monocotyledonous, I mean coconut flower also can be one of the example. So here the margin of thalamus grows upward enclosing the ovary completely and getting fused with it. So other parts of flowers, floral parts of those flowers will arise just like below, arise above the ovary. ಈಗ ನಾವು hypogynous ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಓದಿದಾಗ ಏನು ಓದಿದ್ವಿ, the ovary is above ಅಂದ್ರೆ ovary ಮೇಲಿದೆ, rest of the floral parts arise below the ovary. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಉಲ್ಟಾ. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ovary is below and the floral parts is above. See ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದಲ್ಲ. So the ovary is below and the rest of the, this is calyx, this is corolla, this is androecium. So all these are above the thalamus. So this type of arrangement we call it as epigynous. Or very simply you can write, ಬಹಳ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ಬರೀಬಹುದು. ನಾನು ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಅದರ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ನಾನು. ಏನಂತ, epigynous means ovary is found inside the cup of the thalamus. We call it as a epigynous. Okay. So this is regarding the flower types of flower, which are those three types based on the position of the ovary. And here we call it as inferior ovary. Whenever we describe a ovary, that time when we describe a flower, we use the words hypogynous, epigynous, perigynous. Whenever we write about the gynoecium, in the gynoecium we write inferior ovary. If it is hypogynous flower, we write superior ovary. That you have to remember. Is it clear? Okay. Next, the parts of the flower. Now we'll go study the four whorls of the flower. The first two here I have written already. The first one is calyx. The second is corolla. Third is androecium. Fourth is gynoecium. So whenever we talk about the calyx, so what is calyx? How, where it is found? See, in yesterday also I have told you. So the calyx is denoted as K. Okay. So here all the parts you can see. Later one by one I will explain to you. So this part, whatever we are seeing, what is this? This is calyx, which we call it as sepal. Inner to the calyx we find the petal. So second whorl of the flower is corolla. The commonly we call it as a petal. Then the third is androecium. So androecium. So what is androecium? It is a male gamete. Then gynoecium, female reproductive structure, gynoecium. So androecium will be having stamen. The stamen will be having filament and the anther. Gynoecium is classified into three parts, such as stigma, style, and the ovary. So these are the three parts of the gynoecium. So these are the four whorls of the flower, and this part we just now studied, that is receptacle thalamus. So based on the position of the ovary on the thalamus, it was classified into three types. I have said it. Okay. Okay, see. So now we will be learning what the first one, that is first whorl of the flower, that what we call it as calyx. Okay. So now see here in this diagram you can see calyx is the first whorl of the flower, or we also call it as, what do we call it as? The outermost whorl of the flower. So first sentence ಏನು ಬರೀತೀರಿ? Calyx, it is the outermost whorl of the flower. Bar, it is the first whorl of the flower. So what it is? It is the first whorl of the flower. Then it is made up of sepals. So this all you can count here: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the green part which you are seeing below the what is that flower. We call it as a calyx. Now calyx, we what is the main function of the calyx anta kelide adrada ಕಾರ್ಯ ಏನು? It protects the flower during bud condition. See, ಅದನ್ನೇ ನಾನು third point ಗೆ mention ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. So what does it do? It protects the flower during bud condition, that is known as sepals. It is initiated by the letter K. Calyx, okay, formula ಬರಿಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ calyx ಗೆ ಯಾವ letter ಅಲ್ಲಿ initiate ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ in the letter K. K for calyx. Do you understand? Okay, coming to the two types of calyx. If the calyx are fused with each other, okay, ಅಥವಾ united with each other, see, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮಾರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಕೂಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೆ, okay, ಸಪರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಅಂತವನ್ನ ನಾವೇನಂತೀವಿ ಗ್ಯಾಮೋಸೆಪಲಸ್. Okay, what do we call it as? Gamosepalous. Once again, I will tell you that is four important points you should remember. First one is the calyx is the outermost whorl of the flower or the first whorl of the flower. It is made up of the sepals. The calyx is meant, the sepals are green in color, almost leaf-like appendages. They are meant for protecting the flower during bud condition or bud stage. That is the third point. Fourth point ಏನಂದ್ರೆ there are calyx is classified into two types. If the calyx is fused ಅಥವಾ if the calyx is united, ಹಿಂಗೆ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಕೇಲಿಕ್ಸ್ ಹೂವ ಮೇಲೆ ಮೊಗ್ಗು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ, ಅದೇ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಹಿಂಗ್ ಸಪರೇಟ್ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಟೈಪ್ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಗ್ಯಾಮೋಸೆಪಲಸ್. Then if the calyx are free, gamosepalous, usually it will be fused completely. Gamosepalous example is periwinkle. Periwinkle ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಟ್ಟಲು ಹೂವ ಅಂತಾರ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಕಲರ್ ವೈಟ್ ಪಿಂಕ್, ಅದ್ರದ್ದು ಕೇಲಿಕ್ಸ್ ನೋಡಿ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ತರ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಪೆಟಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಓಪನ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತವ, ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಗ್ಯಾಮೋಸೆಪಲಸ್. ಒಂದ್ ವೇಳೆ ಈ ತರ ಒಂದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಈ ತರ ಒಂದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ದೂರ ಇದ್ರೆ ಇಂಥವನ್ನ ನಾವೇನಂತೀವಿ ಪಾಲಿಸೆಪಲಸ್. See, sepals are said to be free. ಒಂದ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಪಾಲಿ ಅಂದಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಯೂಶಲಿ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಮೆನಿ ಬರ್ತದ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಂಗಲ್ಲ. Polysepalous means the sepals are said to be free in arrangement. Such we call it as polysepalous. Okay, so this is regarding calyx. So if they ask you to write description of a flower, when you start writing regarding parts of a flower, you have to write about first calyx, then corolla, then you have to write about androecium, then gynoecium. Is it clear, children? So these are the four important points regarding the calyx. Okay, I hope you have understood. Okay, so the next is corolla. The second whorl of the flower is corolla. So here what do we study? The first point, corolla ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಲರ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ, ಹೂವಿನ ದಳಗಳು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಅದೇನೆ ರೆಡ್ ಎಲ್ಲೋ. ಈಗ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಗಾರ್ಡನ್ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಲಾಲ್ಬಾಗ್ ಹೋಗಿರ್ತೀವಿ, ಅಥವಾ ಅವರ ಬ್ರಿಡ್ಜ್ ನೋಡಕ್ ಹೋದಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತ ಬೊಟಾನಿಕಲ್ ಗಾರ್ಡನ್ ನೋಡಕ್ ಹೋಗಿರ್ತೀರಿ. ಕಲ್ಕಟ್ಟಾನಲ್ಲೂ ರಾಯಲ್ ಬೊಟಾನಿಕಲ್ ಗಾರ್ಡನ್ ಇದೆ, ವೆರಿ ಫೇಮಸ್. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ವಿ ಗೋ ದೇರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ, ಅಂಡ್ ಊಟಿ ಬೊಟಾನಿಕಲ್ ಗಾರ್ಡನ್, ಸಚ್ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಫ್ಲವರ್ಸ್. ಯಾವ್ದನ್ನ ನೋಡಿ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಅಂತೀವಿ ನಾವು? on what basis we call the beautiful flower? Because they exist in different varieties of colors. The petals are so beautiful colors they exist. So those, that what it makes us to tell, the petals are usually colored, sepals are usually in a same color, that is usually it will be exist in green color. Okay, it exists in the green color. So here the corolla is said to be the inner whorl to calyx ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ದಿನಿ. ಬಟ್ ನೀವು ಈ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ನ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. corolla is a second whorl of the flower, ಅದನ್ನ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. So corolla is the second whorl of the flower or inner to calyx. So calyx ಒಳಗಡೆ corolla ಇದೆ ಅಂತ. Corolla ಅಂದ್ರೆ it is composed of petals. So it is also known as petals. So here you can see here this is ಪಾಲಿಸೆಪಲಸ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಒಂದೊಂದ್ ಸೆಂಪಲ್ ಇಷ್ಟಿಷ್ಟು ಉದ್ದ ದೂರ ದೂರ ಇದೆ, ಇದನ್ನ ಪಾಲಿಸೆಪಲಸ್ ಅಂತ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದು ಈ ಕಡೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಇದು ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಇದನ್ನ ಗ್ಯಾಮೋಸೆಪಲಸ್ ಅಂತ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಪಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಸೆಪಲ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಪೆಟಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಯಾವ ವರ್ಲ್ ಓದ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ ಈಗ? We are learning this one. So this is second whorl. So here you can see corolla is white. Here you can see corolla is pink in color. No. So here this is the example for tubular flower. These are the bell flower. Even datura, it is a gamo petalous. Whereas hibiscus is polypetalous. ಅದನ್ನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. Sentence by sentence ಹೋಗೋಣ. It is composed of petals. The petals are brightly colored. It helps to attract the insects for pollination. So it is the second whorl of the flower. Which one? The corolla is said to be the second whorl of the flower, or we also call it as adu innermost to calyx ಇದೆ ಅಂತ. Then it is composed of petals. So adu ಏನರಿಂದ ಮಾಡಲಾಗಿದೆ? It is composed of petals. And what is the main function of the petal? The petals are brightly colored. It attracts the insects for pollination. That is a main point regarding the corolla. Since they are brightly colored, that they attract the insects for pollination. So ಇದು ಚಂದ ಕಲರ್ ಇರೋ ಕಾರಣ ಇವುಗಳು ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ನ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತವೆ. ಆ ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಅವುಗಳ ಹತ್ರ ಬಂದು ಪಾಲಿನೇಷನ್ ಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತದ್ದು. The next point, corolla may be gamopetalous or polypetalous. Now I have said you regarding the meaning of gamo. Gamo means fused, poly means free. So here in this diagram you can see here the petals are said to be free. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So all these petals are said to be free. Early they are arranged, so they are called as polypetalous. Whereas here the petals are fused. So polypetalous example here we have given hibiscus, and the bottom here you can see it is gamosepalous. Then coming to gamopetalous example is datura or vinca rosea. Even that you can see here you can see it is marking is there, but it is completely fused. Here they are not free. Here you can see, is there any lines here? See, is there any lines of the petals? Throughout the petal is said to be like one tube like structure. So such arrangement we call it as gamopetalous. If they are free, they are called as polypetalous. Then coming to the shape and the color of corolla, it varies in plants. That's what I told you. If you visit a garden, another garden, both way botanical gardens, which are a beautiful garden based on the color of the petals. So all the plants varies with that of the different coloration. Okay, so that is regarding the colors. Then corolla may be tubular, bell shaped, funnel shaped, or wheel shaped. So here corolla may be tubular, means usually in datura roadside plant white color ನೋಡಿರಬಹುದು, ಒಂಥರ ಬೆಲ್ ಶೇಪ್ಡ್ ಇರ್ತವ, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಟ್ಯೂಬುಲಾರ್ ಶೇಪ್ ಇರ್ತವ, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಫನಲ್ ಶೇಪ್ ಇರ್ತವ, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು wheel shape ಅಂದ್ರೆ you would have been seen the flower which is that wheel like ಬಟ್ಟಲು ಹೂವ, ಅದು wheel like ಇರುತ್ತೆ, neatly arrangement. So these are the different types of flowers. They are based on the color and also based on the shape. So this is regarding corolla. So ಏನು important points ಗಳು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ. First one is it is the second whorl of the flower or the inner to the calyx. It is composed of petals. They are highly brightly colored since it helps the plants to attract the insects for pollination. So it may be gamopetalous or polypetalous. Okay, so this is regarding the second whorl of the flower, corolla. Okay. So that's all, children. Meet you in the next video with the third and the fourth one. So the third one will be androecium and the fourth one will be gyne. Thank you.